So today the letter of the day is A. A is the first letter of the English alphabet and can be said A or A. Today A is for alligator. And this alligator is green, but most alligators are usually brown really closely. Today I brought a funny book about an alligator for you. And this one is called Alan's Big Scary Teeth. It's written and illustrated by Jarvis. Alan came from a long line of very scary alligators. He was known throughout the jungle for his scaring. It's what he did best. Alan would start each day polishing his scales, sharpening his nails, and brushing each of his big, scary teeth for at least 10 minutes at a time. And after practicing his frightening faces in the mirror, he'd sneak into the jungle for his morning round of scaring. Alan went snap, snap, and grrr, grrr. He said things like, "I'm big, scary Alan. Fear my razor-sharp teeth." He made the frogs leap off their lily pads, the monkeys tumble from the trees, and the parrots screech in terrible terror. Snap, snap, grrr, eek, arg, squawk. Wah ha ha, I love being scary, said Alan. After a long day of scaring the jungle animals, Alan would head back home to the swamp, relax, finish the crossword in the Jungle Times, and take out his false teeth. Nobody knew about Alan's false teeth. "Good night, teeth. Sweet dreams, my scary snappers," Alan would say as he put them away carefully in his super secret hiding place. One morning, Barry the Beaver was up early collecting wood and came across a dozing Alan. Terrified that Alan might wake up and gobble him whole, he quickly dived behind a bush. Phew, that was close, thought Barry. Just as a set of false teeth fell out of the bush with a very familiar snap, snap. When Alan awoke, his teeth were gone. My teeth! My teeth! Where are my teeth? What could he do? Maybe nobody would notice. Could he still be scary without them? He decided to head into the jungle, as usual. He made the frogs leap off their lily pads, the monkeys tumble from the trees, and the parrots screech with laughter. Alan just wasn't very scary without his teeth. Snap, snap, Alan slunk back to the swamp. He had never been more embarrassed. He came from a long line of very scary alligators. Scaring was all he had ever known. What would Alan do now? Poor Alan began to cry. Just a bit at first, but then the tears kept coming. He howled and yelled more than all the jungle babies put together. And he could not stop crying until the next morning when all the animals turned up at Alan's swamp with his big, scary teeth. "We'll give you back your teeth," said Frog. "Really?" said Alan. "On one condition," said Parrot. "You have to stop scaring us." "But what will I do? I don't know how to do anything else." "We have an idea," said Frog. And so every day, after polishing his scales, sharpening his nails, and brushing his big, scary teeth, Alan headed into the jungle and became Alan the gardener, Alan the hairdresser, and Alan the dentist. But every night, he became Alan the big, scary storyteller, thrilling the jungle animals with his terrifying tales. Wahaha! I love being scary, said Alan. And sometimes he even let Barry borrow his teeth. Grr. And that is the end. Did you like that book? I thought it showed a lot of imagination, and I really liked how the animals helped Alan solve his problem of being scary without being kind of mean. I brought another book for you about alligators that I hope you'll like. Would you like to read it with me? The second book that I have for you about alligators is There's an Alligator Under My Bed. And this book is written and illustrated by Mercer Mayer. And you can see the kid in his bed. And do you see the alligator under his bed? Let's find out what happens. There used to be an alligator under my bed. When it was time to go to sleep, I had to be very careful because I knew he was there. But whenever I looked, he hid or something. So I'd call Mom and Dad, but they never saw it. It was up to me. I just had to do something about that alligator. So I went to the kitchen to get some alligator bait. I filled a paper bag full of things that alligators like to eat. I put a peanut butter sandwich, some fruit, and the last piece of pie in the garage. I put cookies down the hall. I left fresh vegetables on the stairs. I put a soda and some candy next to my bed. Then I watched and waited. Sure enough, out he came to get something to eat. Then I hid in the hall closet. I followed him down the stairs. I followed him down the hall. When he crawled into the garage, I slammed the door and locked it. Then I went to bed. There wasn't even any mess to clean up. Now that there's an alligator in the garage, I wonder if my dad will have any trouble getting in his car tomorrow morning. I'll just leave him a note. Dear Dad, there is an alligator in the garage. If you need help, wake me up. Warning, be careful. And that is the end. What did you think of that book? I love how this boy figured out a solution to his problems, and I also thought that it was pretty cool that he left his dad a note about the alligator in the garage. I have a song about an alligator and some monkeys. Sing with me and let's do some hand movements. Would you like to sing with me? 5 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of that tree. 4 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of that tree. 3 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of that tree. 2 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of that tree. 1 little monkey swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of that tree. So we sang a song together and read 2 books about alligators today. I hope you liked it. Did you like it? Did you like it? Thanks for reading with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.